KBLA Talk 1580 is dedicated to empowering our communities by providing progressive talk radio for our audience. We strive to be an intersectional voice for the voiceless. As a Black-owned and operated station, we are committed to highlighting diverse perspectives and creating safe spaces for meaningful dialogue. We believe that everyone has something unique to bring to these political, economic, social, and cultural conversations, and we don't shy away from the hard conversations about current events. We endeavor to be a beacon of hope and understanding, while boldly challenging listeners to think more deeply about difficult topics that impact us all. With this in mind, our mission statement at KBLA Talk 1580 is simple: to create an inclusive platform that promotes civil discourse through honest dialogue and encourages personal growth among our listeners, so they can become the active agents of change. Our vision is to establish ourselves as the premier radio network with relevant programming across the beloved community, connecting people through shared experiences and collective power for lasting impact beyond these challenging times.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Relationship videos that we talked about, or even Monkey Branch. You know, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that this channel is geared around more of attachment, more relationship issues, breakup, heartache, recovering from heartache and breakups. And this person brought a concept to me, or a theory, that I had never heard before, which was great, because I like to become a better coach if I can, and I try to study this as much as I can so I can show up for the people that I work with, you know, the best way possible. And the term that he brought to me was mate poaching. So I'm going to go through a couple websites that I found, and more specifically, a couple articles. I found Psychology Today, which I love. I like reading articles on there. I don't know how valid they are, how much credibility these people who submit their articles are, but a lot of them have PhDs and have MDs and certain credibility about themselves that I tend to find resonate with me more when I'm looking for, research, when I'm researching videos, and also things that just, hit home when they talk about it. So mate poaching, the person that sent this to me was someone that I actually had worked with. He had someone that he had been engaged to, and she ended up leaving him for another guy. And then we dug deep about, what exactly happened. And he didn't see the signs at all. Like, he was completely confused as to how this whole breakup ended up transpiring. And he started to do research himself. He found my channel, and he also just decided to do a little bit more diving into the topic. So the article that I found is by a guy named Brian Collison, PhD. I'll include this link, this site in the description below. And this article really intrigued me because, we talk about monkey branching, we talk about rebounding, even someone even coined the term rebound replacementship. And now we have another one that was written last year, another, I guess, term that was written last year, but it also hits home for people. So the title of it says, who needs to worry most about mate poaching? The more someone is pursued, the less committed they may become. Interesting. So a couple key points that they have here is approximately 64% of men and 49% of women have tried to poach someone who is currently in a relationship, one study found. The more mate poaching someone experiences, the less committed they tend to become to their current relationship over time. Now, let me ask you guys a question. With that being said, are these two main key points being brought up? Who do you think are more likely to be poached, or to be less committed, or less of a person that's trustworthy to go the distance, like till death do us part? Third point here is,
oh no, the voice of reason. More intriguing discussions are on the way. Listen, it's Monday. You already know my routine. I got to slap it out the park for Mondays. Well, I try to do that every topic, every show. Poach mates. Not postmates, but poach mates. Oh, Lord. Are you a mate poacher? Are you with somebody for the time being, until something better comes along? Huh? 1-800-920-1580. All right, listen, this is real. This is happening. And as the gentleman was stating in the clip, guess what? People who poach other people's mates, other people's partners, tend to be less satisfied in those poached relationships. Why? Because it's transactional. You're dating for resources. You're dating for security. Uh-oh. Can mate poaching be considered a form of betrayal or infidelity? Tonight's topic, poach mates. Are you a mate poacher? In other words, do you steal other people's significant others? Has it happened to you? Has your mate been poached? 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. Could you consider it poach mating if you're with somebody and you're not quite sure about if you want to be with them, and you're looking out the window for maybe the next best opportunity? Is that a type of mate poaching? Right? Might not be poaching somebody's significant other, but you could be poaching a new situation. 1-800-920-1580. What is mate poaching, and how does it differ from traditional dating or courtship? True or false? People who poach their partner from another person experience a lower quality relationship with that poached partner. 1-800-920-1580. What do you get when you make someone else's partner your own? 1-800-920-15. Poachmates, not Coachmates, not Postmates, but Poachmates. This is going to be heavy tonight. Agree or disagree? Relationships formed from poaching tend to be of lower quality than the non-poached counterparts. What are the different types of sugar baby relationships? Does mate poaching mate poaching, tongue twister, do mate poaching relationships last? What are the underlying psychological motivations behind mate poaching? What are the different types of sugar baby relationships? How does mate poaching impact the individuals involved in terms of self-esteem and self-worth? When we come forward, Zoe Williams will have more questions, and I'm going to the phone lines. Hey, I want to hear your opinions. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. We got a lot to talk about.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American and others in underserved communities achieve true social parity, economic self-reliance, and civil rights. For over 100 years, Los Angeles Urban League has ensured our communities have access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth. Programs like BizCamp, Construction Career Academy, Bob Business Ready, and B-Warp. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program are examples of the ongoing events designed to make our centennial mission to rebuild Black Wall Street right here in LA a reality. To sign up for our newsletter or to support the Los Angeles Urban League with your time, talent, and donations, visit laul.org. That's laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League is a proud sponsor of Urban Family Focus, Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm James Alexander, a proud member of AARP. 1967, I was 17. That spring, my friends, the Barcades, and I made Soulfinger. It was a hit. Number 3 on the charts. That summer, we became the great Otis Redding's band. First gig, the famed Apollo. That fall, we toured. That winter found me in a morgue identifying the bodies of my bandmates and Otis Redding. My music and their memories bring me joy. The Barcades, forever.
What would you call a joy that is as solemn as it is sweet and knows no bounds? A joy that's beautifully rooted in soul and resilience. This is Black joy, a joy that reflects pride and honor despite every challenge. AARP believes the power of Black joy is limitless, and we celebrate this joy supreme. Join us in celebrating Black joy at aarp.org/Black community.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price.
But today I'm going to talk about hypergaming and mate poaching. Specifically, some of the behaviors that people pool one swimmers do. And I know a lot of you are not pool one swimmers, and I'm super happy about that. A lot of you actually are pool three or journeying to pool three. You're in recovery from attachment style issues or codependency, which is what I want to get into when I'm talking about pool two. But I'm going to talk about pool one because I'm going to start from the beginning. And some people have asked me to define some of these behaviors, so I'm going to talk more about it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did another video on the 3 different dating pools. Pool one, my dog's barking because there's a cat right there. So there's pool one, pool two, and pool three. Each of them have different kinds of issues. So this one is specifically, again, related to pool one. So who are the pool one swimmers? So I think I put them in basically 3 categories. So the first is immature people, and they grow out of it. Okay, so a lot of these people will grow out of it and be different. But this is a lot of people in their 20s, honestly. Maybe also a little bit in their 30s. So some of the stuff that I'm describing may be something that 20-year-olds and people in their early 30s do, and it's just a function of immaturity. The second category is shallow people. And shallow people are not necessarily going to grow out of it. And this category includes narcissists. So narcissists are going to be, like, if you put shallow people on a range from 1 to 10, narcissists would be on that scale of shallowness, but they'd be like at a 15. Okay, so narcissism is like take shallowness and make it into a mental illness, essentially. Actually, at the basis of narcissism, you have psychopathy. And there's a whole other video that I could do on narcissism, okay? And maybe I will. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to lump all of them as shallow people. Because you do have some people that are shallow that aren't like full-blown narcissists, but they sure kind of act like it in a lot of ways. This is just actions of a shallow person. The third group that's going to be in pool one are going to be your substance abusers. So I'm not talking about substance users. I mean substance abusers, meaning that they're just basically messed up all day long and all night. This blocks intimacy. And really what this pool is all about is a lack of ability to develop intimacy. That's at the root of the core of pool one. And that's the problem. That's why it's a shallow pool.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason live on KBLA Talk 1580 from the heart of Leimert Park, Little Africa town. We're here, and tonight's topic is a doozy, man. Poach mates. There are a sector of people out there who are looking to steal another person's partner. Or there very well may be a person in relationship with someone that is disgruntled with the relationship. And so in their mind, in their heart, they might go poaching for another suitor. Wow. This is a real situation. The concept of mate poaching invites intriguing reflections on human nature and evolutionary instincts. From an evolutionary perspective, mate poaching can be seen as a manifestation of natural instincts driven by a primal desire to secure the best possible mate for reproductive success. In our ancient ancestral past, seeking a partner already chosen by another could signal desirability and qualities advantageous for offspring and their survival. However, contemporary human behavior is shaped by complex societal norms and moral codes that influence how we approach relationships. While some people may argue that mate poaching reflects a natural instinct, it also raises ethical considerations and potential consequences for the emotional well-being of the two people in the relationship. As professionals, we navigate the delicate balance between acknowledging biological predispositions and encouraging ethical behavior. Understanding the psychological motivations behind mate poaching allows us to foster a deeper sense of self-awareness and a healthier relationship dynamic with our partner. Ultimately, we strive to guide individuals towards conscious choices in love and relationships, balancing natural inclinations with empathy, respect, and commitment to the well-being of all parties involved. Now, let me just say, we did a little research on this topic. And there's some research, and we're going to play the clip later, out of Oregon State, I believe, that talks about how, and I've heard women say it for years. Women have always said, don't let the women in your family have too much time with your man. One of my ex-girlfriends was like that. She would not let me sit and talk with the family members, right? The females of her family members, the women of her family. She wouldn't let me talk to them, wouldn't let them talk to me. And I was like, why is it like that? And she was like, I don't want them to get to know you. I don't trust them. I'm like, these are people, this is your blood. But apparently, mate poaching happens in families. Did Jermaine Jackson mate poach his brother Randy? I'm just saying, it happens in families, right? This is a real, it's not funny. I'm laughing, and I shouldn't be, but this is what happened. Jermaine married his brother's baby mama, married her and had kids with her. She already had kids with Randy. This is a real thing. Mate poaching. This is a real situation. Engaging in repeated instances of mate poaching can have significant consequences for the individuals involved. Emotionally, the poacher may experience a sense of emptiness and dissatisfaction as they constantly seek external validation through conquest. This behavior can lead to a cycle of superficial connections, preventing them from forming deep and meaningful relationships. Moreover, mate poaching can damage the poacher's reputation and social standing, as their actions may be perceived as untrustworthy and disrespectful. This can result in strained friendships and strained relationships with family members. Somebody said, this is nasty. Yo, this is real. Get to your phone lines, 1-800-920-1580. I want to hear, is there anybody out there who has stolen a friend's significant other? Can we be honest? You talk to them in secret, and you talk, and then you set something new up. And if you noticed in the clip we played before, the brother mentioned other phenomena in the dating scene, like monkey branching. Monkey branching is holding on to what you got with one hand while fishing around looking for a better situation with your offhand, right? You're looking for a better situation, another vine to hold on to. Once you find something that is suitable, you grab onto that, and then you let go of what you've always wanted to let go of, but didn't have something of equal or better quality. They call that monkey branching. So now this new thing, mate poaching. Looking for the qualities in somebody and saying their qualities are better than my significant other. Right? So we have MadameNoir.com. They got an article on it. All right, they have an article on it called "Mate Poaching: How to Determine if Someone is Trying to Steal Your Partner." Do you think family members engage in partner stealing? I believe so. I want to hear from Ronan. I want to hear from Attila. I want to hear from Nzinga. I want everybody in the chat room. We got a lot of people in the chat room. They got a lot of opinions. And I want to hear from y'all. I want to know what you think of this. I have a story. I'm from a different generation. Andy, your generation is different than mine. If you from my generation, Andy, this is how this goes. I know Andy. I work with Andy. Andy is my friend. Andy introduces me to his woman. I never try to talk to Andy's woman. That's the generation I'm from. Even if we break up, I don't talk to Andy's woman because Andy's my guy. That's my bro, right? I don't try to say, hey, it's been 5 years since you was with Andy. I don't even approach that, right? That's the generation I'm from. I bring a girl around you, and I introduce you to her as I introduce her to you as my girl. We could fall out next week. Don't talk to my girl. I'm just from that generation. This generation, yes, it's a code, right? This generation doesn't have a code. You can be in a relationship with someone and still be looking for their replacement. To me, if you're still in a relationship with someone and you're looking for their replacement, that's betrayal. That is. That's a form of infidelity. Now, this poach mating thing, or poach mates is crazy, the topic. This is actually trying to vet somebody out while you're still in a relationship, somebody who may have more resources, somebody who may have more money, somebody who may have more access or social mobility. This is crazy. When we come forward, more from the voice of reason. I need to hear from y'all.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Clinical trials for long COVID treatments are starting soon, with the National Institutes of Health currently enrolling patients. They expect additional trials to test at least 7 more treatments in the next few months. These are the first into a possible treatment for long COVID after Congress provided over $1 billion in funding in December 2020 for the NIH's Recover initiative to research the long-term consequences of COVID. And police are investigating black rapper Cardi B for battery after she threw a microphone at an audience member who threw a drink on her. That's according to a Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department statement to the New York Post. And the extreme heat wave continues. In the Southwest, Phoenix has now topped 110 degrees for 31 days straight. And that's the latest. I'm Esther Dillard from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the accident guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys to speak with a real expert attorney for a free consultation.
KBLA Talk 1580 is dedicated to empowering our communities by providing progressive talk radio for our audience. We strive to be an intersectional voice for the voiceless. As a Black-owned and operated station, we are committed to highlighting diverse perspectives and creating safe spaces for meaningful dialogue. We believe that everyone has something unique to bring to these political, economic, social, and cultural conversations, and we don't shy away from the hard conversations about current events. We endeavor to be a beacon of hope and understanding while boldly challenging listeners to think more deeply about difficult topics that impact us all. With this in mind, Our mission statement at KBLA Talk 1580 is simple: to create an inclusive platform that promotes civil discourse through honest dialogue and encourages personal growth among our listeners so they can become the active agents of change. Our vision is to establish ourselves as the premier radio network with relevant programming across the beloved community, connecting people through shared experiences and collective power for lasting impact beyond these challenging times.
On a Mission Youth Travel presents the 2023 Morehouse Homecoming HBCU College Tour, October 25th through October 29th in Atlanta, Georgia. Open to high school students grades 9 through 12. For more information, please call 323-298-4779. Again, 323-298-4779. Students will tour Morehouse College, Spelman College, Clark Atlanta University, Alabama State, and Tuskegee University. Email info@onamissionyouthtravel.com. Again, info@onamissionyouthtravel.com. The HBCU tour price includes all meals, transportation, round-trip airfare with one checked bag, hotel accommodations, all museums, college tours, and admission to the Morehouse versus Kentucky State University homecoming football game. Spaces are filling up quickly, so call today to sign up. 323-298-4779. Again, 323-298-4779.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for education as a right, not a privilege. Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science is a private, non-profit, community-founded, student-centered university committed to cultivating diverse health profession leaders who are dedicated to social justice and health equity for underserved populations. CDU does this through outstanding education, clinical service, and community engagement. Recently, Charles Drew University made history by opening only the 5th medical school at an historically black university. Congratulations, South LA, and congratulations to the Dean of the medical school, Dr. Deborah Protho-Stith. CDU is now training doctors and providing $90 million in annual economic benefit to Watts and surrounding neighborhoods. To apply for medical school, get more information, or sign your child up for the Junior Doctors Saturday School program, visit cdrewu.edu. That's cdrewu.edu. At KBLA, we are dedicated to equity in education and ending healthcare apartheid, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. More la la. Yeah. Better have my money. Y'all should know me well enough. Better have my money. Please don't call me on my blood. Pay me what you want it. Ballin' bigger than LeBron. Give me your money. Who y'all think y'all frontin' on? Like blah, blah, blah.
So let's jump right into it. Today we're going to be talking about a phenomenon that has been going on since time immemorial, but now we've got kind of a formal term that we utilize when describing it, and this is mate poaching. So what the heck is mate poaching, right? So the idea here is the attempt to seduce a person out of a committed relationship, right? And this is something that I find very interesting to talk about because a recent report said that, or found that 60% of men and 53% of women self-report having tried to seduce a person out of a committed relationship, right? This is something that a lot of people have a lot of trouble with in terms of wrapping their head around. So I want to kind of shed some light on really why this ironically and sadly makes sense that this would happen both for men and for women, okay? So first I want to cover it from the woman's side, and then I want to cover it from the man's side, okay? So at the end of the day, remember that women are hypergamous, meaning that women kind of do the picking when it comes to long-term mates. And this, of course, makes perfect sense, right? It's actually what largely has driven civilization for as long as we've had civilization, right? Men needing to be industrious to, at the end of the day, kind of prove and demonstrate their higher value to women to be able to actually attract a mate. And what happens is that women have a significantly higher cost of gestation. At the end of the day, biologically, it would be possible for me, if I had the stamina, to be able to go out and get, 15 women pregnant today, right? Do I have to actually bear any of those children? I do not, right? I have virtually no cost of gestation, right? Versus for women, each one of those 15 different women has a very high cost of gestation, having to carry the baby, having to carry the baby, the load on their bodies, right? It's very significant. I mean, women are pretty phenomenal, right? In many ways, and this is one of them in terms of women's bodies. And so because the cost of gestation is significantly higher, obviously women need to be picky in terms of, what guys they choose to be able to actually have these long-term relationships with, especially when it comes to having a sexual relationship. Because women at the end of the day are the gatekeepers of sex. Women are the gatekeepers of sex, and men are the gatekeepers of relationships, right? You cannot have sex without a woman unless, God forbid, it's a case of rape or some sort of, forced sexual assault, right? But in terms of ordinary interaction, right, you can't have sex without a woman, right? A woman's agreement. And you cannot have a relationship unless the man agrees to actually be in it and actually be committed to it, okay? So,
oh, Lord. See, y'all want to play reindeer games. I bring topics that hit home, and then y'all want to get quiet. Huh? Y'all want to get quiet. Y'all want to be like, I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, you do. 60% of men and 53% of women have tried to take somebody else's significant other. You've been poaching other people's mates. Huh? And did you know that there are 7 different types of sugar baby relationships? According to a new study published in the journal Sociological Perspectives, there are 7 types of these sugar relationships. Sugar prostitution, compensated dating. We're not doing nothing, but you got to pay me to date you. Compensated companionship. We're not doing nothing sexually, but you got to pay me to be your companion. Sugar dating, sugar friendships with benefits, and pragmatic love. Didn't I tell you all of this is transactional? Listen, let me tell you something. Let me just be clear, 100% clear. Zoe Williams, speaking from the pulpit right now. My woman gotta love me, right? From the top of my big lemon head down to the bottom of my feet. She got to love me. This can't be no transaction. Let me tell you what the real poaching should be. You should be going into relationships trying to poach your problems. Find out what's wrong with you. Find out how you gonna show up. And once you find out how you fail to show up, that's what you should be poaching. No, but many of us are greedy. We want our man and our women to give us all of these things with no work, huh? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something this evening. When you come into relationship with me, you got to be invested in me. You got to be invested in what I'm doing. And I'm going to be invested in you, and I'm going to be invested in what you doing. But it cannot be, I'm here for what I can get. No, you want to love me, it's what can we give each other? How can we set up a healthy space for bi-directional giving? The giving of respect, the giving of compassion, the giving of understanding, the giving of grace, the giving of consideration. There should be a bi-directional, free-flowing, organic flow of these things. If you come to me and you about what you can get from me, then we have absolutely nothing together. I need somebody to love me from my hamper to my car trunk to the pillows on my bed. I need somebody to love every aspect of me and love in truth. That's what this right here, did you hear the 7 sugar types? Paid companionship, sugar friendships with benefits, and pragmatic love. What? This is passive-aggressive prostitution. Brothers, you should want to take care of your woman. It's not simping to want to take care of your woman. You understand? You should want to do it. Okay? You doing well in life. You done made a little money. Who else you gonna spend it on? You spend it on the one you love. If that's your woman, cool. Let's go to the summer concert series. Let's go to the jazz fest. Let's go chill, right? Great. But if you gotta get somebody, if you gotta pay somebody to want to be with you, Lord, mate poaching, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, when I come forward, I'm going to Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm going to Chicago, Illinois. I'm going to Kansas City, Missouri. We got a lot to talk about on this topic.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
The Youth Forward organization calls for a cannabis candy ban for products they say target children. I'm Maisha Cairo with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. Mid-July, a coalition of groups committed to raising awareness about cannabis products that look like candy called on Governor Newsom to enact a cannabis candy ban. Youth Forward, an organization working to shape cannabis policy, is leading the charge with a petition to direct tax revenues from marijuana into youth and community reinvestment programs. The Cannabis Candy Child Safety Act, Assembly Bill 1207, passed the Assembly with a 61-0 vote in May. The bill aims to prevent children from consuming cannabis products by regulating packaging and advertising. It is currently under review in the Senate Appropriations Committee. KBLA listeners, what are your thoughts on this one? Let us know on our social platforms on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
You're listening to K-Drip, where we play all the best classic water-wasting hits like Sprinklers in the Rain and Leaky Faucets. They're tunes from another time because now that we face a hotter, drier future, every drop counts. Despite an extremely wet winter, keep using less water, fixing leaks, and reusing indoor water for your garden. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more ways to conserve. Up next, brushing your teeth with the water on. K-Drip.
Have you heard about Lendistry? Lendistry is a national Black-led small business lender that is headquartered right here in LA. Once you've started your business, Lendistry provides flexible financing options starting at $50,000 to help you access the affordable capital needed to grow. Visit lendistry.com/KBLA to learn more.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands for Unity and Healing. African Focus Incorporated is a nonprofit organization based in California that focuses on the growth and well-being of Africans all around the world. Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and understanding. African Focus Incorporated strives for cultural, educational, and economic growth. They're the organization behind the African Family Induction Ceremony, African Goodwill Awards, African Focus Trailblazer Tours, African Dance Competition, and Showcase Los Angeles, Family Day, Good News Windows Microfinance Project, and more. To volunteer, travel with African Focus, or to attend one of their community building events, please call 310-676-7730. That's 310-676-7300. Or visit AfricanFocus.org. This is a diaspora-wide community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
On the door. Come on.
Whoa, here she goes.
Watch out, boy.
She'll chew you up.
My playlist is my co-host. You already know what it is. We're talking about mate poaching. Somebody stealing your significant other from you. What do my guys say? What's his name? Trey Songz? It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Huh? Wow. Even Chris Brown said it. You know, the loyal record. Nobody's loyal. Boy. Mate poaching, a concept studied extensively in the realm of interpersonal relationships, refers to the act of pursuing, attracting, or enticing someone who is already in a committed relationship. This phenomena challenges the boundaries of traditional dating and courtship dynamics, as it involves seeking a partner who is already romantically involved with another. Unlike conventional dating or courtship, mate poaching operates on a morally ambiguous ground, raising ethical questions and emotional complexities. It often involves a deliberate pursuit of someone who is emotionally invested in another relationship, potentially leading to heartache for all parties involved. The motives behind mate poaching can vary from a desire for excitement and conquest to a belief that the person being pursued might be a better match. You know how people think the grass is always greener on the other side until they get to that other lawn. Once you get in somebody else's yard, you start to recognize this ain't as good as it looked good. It looked good from over where I was standing. But once you get your feet on that other lawn, that's when you learn, like, oh, this is not all what I thought it would be. Huh? Morally ambiguous ground. Huh? 1-800-920-1580. Please call me right now. Understanding mate poaching requires delving into human nature, exploring the underlying psychological, sociological, and evolutionary factors that contribute to this behavior. From a psychological perspective, individuals engaging in mate poaching may experience a sense of thrill and validation from successfully attracting someone already taken, which is an attempt to bolster one's self-esteem. I was going to say, if you have self-esteem, you wouldn't need to do that anyway. Seeking validation to me is not a sign of self-esteem, but it says bolstering self-esteem. So that's already telling us that the self-esteem is low. Here, let me just get to the phone lines because people been in here and they want to talk. Ronan from Indianapolis, India. Oh, Lord. What did you call it? What did you called it something in the chat room. What did you, something mates. What did you call it?
Skeet mates.
Skeet mates. What in the world? Oh, my God. I don't know what to tell you. It's not Postmates. It's Poach mates, man. Something, you said something else, something dash. What was it?
Oh, door smash.
Door smash. Lord have mercy. The transactionalism is beyond my comprehension. Talk to me. Has someone ever taken your woman because she viewed them as a better catch than you? Have you ever been mate poached? Somebody just poached your woman right from under your arm. Has it ever happened, my brother?
Yes, it has happened to me, and I've returned the favor. When it happened to me, in a sense, I didn't have that sense of self-worth. So I basically cheapened the relationship, and she found, I guess, value elsewhere for a while, but then she tried to come back because it wasn't what she thought it was. And we ended up breaking it off. But when I did happen to poach associate's girlfriend at the time, I did that to punish his pride because he kept bragging about, the woman he got, she's this, that, and the third, and nobody could ever take her. And he was mainly pointed at me, so I was like, you know what? I can show you better than I can tell you. But karma has a way of turning back on you, and I end up losing a good woman because of that.
It happens, bro. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Let me just say this, man. You brought Indianapolis in the building. Legendary Ronan. Hey, man, we appreciate you. Naptown is in the building because of you. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Jay from Chicago, Illinois. It's your time to shine. Talk to me, brother.
Yeah, what up, man? I don't know about the shining part. I ain't trying to be. I didn't set out to make poach. I guess you could consider it unintentionally.
Wait, let me say let me say this, Jay. I gotta say it, because I feel it. I feel it. Brother, you cannot curse on the air, all right? No profanity.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you said that, brother.
Yeah, man, because I felt the spirit of profanity. And no, we can do not curse on these airwaves, good brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Like, I would call it, I guess, unintentionally, mate poaching. I was married. She was married. I had the greatest marriage. It was pretty much kind of coming to an end, same with her, whatever. And, low key, we messed around for a couple years off and on. Mine ended first, then hers ended. And, when that happened, you know, she came at me like, hey, come get me. But, you know, how you get them is how you lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm old enough to know that. You know what I mean?
How
So,
you get them
you know,
is how you lose them.
yeah, right. You know what I mean? And, and you know, all the little stuff we was doing, you know what I mean? Creeping around and woo-woo-woo. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So I had to, like, you know, use the smarter head, if you will, and, you know, step away from that situation.
Brother Jay, you brought Chicago in the building. We appreciate the wisdom. Hey, man, you got a seat at the table anytime you want to call in. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. If you want to bring your city in the building and join this national discussion, because that's what it is. It's a national discussion tonight. We're talking about mate poaching. What? Zoe Williams is live as we delve deep into this complex question. Is mate poaching a betrayal or an innocent pursuit? I want to hear from y'all. 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, you already know I'm going to talk to my brother from Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, here she comes. Watch out for